So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Escape from Tarkov video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the categorical best loot spawn location that you can go to, that you do not need any keys whatsoever. You can walk in as a scav, and it's currently just absolutely full of loot, and people are completely sleeping on it. So guys, if you enjoy this video, please consider like, subscribing, and maybe even leaving a comment below on the video, or join us on Twitch routine 6 times a week. And otherwise, let's get straight into this video. So last wipe, Lighthouse started off as one of the best spawns for loot, but then it got nerfed. Now that Lighthouse has been expanded, there is a particular route which I'm going to show you, which will allow you to get a ton of loot and make a ton of money really quickly. Now you can do this at night or at day. I prefer to do it at night because there are much less PMCs around, and in addition to that, the lights actually, as you go through, there are only very few locations where you actually need to worry about it being too dark. So what you want to do is you want to go into Lighthouse. So we have a night run here. I'm going to times 2 the speed of this video just so you can see the full route. But essentially, we're going to be going to the right hand side of the road camp. Now, there are 3 main buildings, but we're not going to go into building 1. Building 1 doesn't quite have as much good loot, and the risks involved in going over to building 1 do not outweigh the loot that is actually there. So we're going to make our way down to the road camp. I'm going to be aiming for the right hand side towards where the blue fence is, and towards our first building, which is building 3. I like to just go through the rocks down across the river, just making sure that I don't bump into any wandering PMCs. As long as you have 10 minutes left in the raid, you can make this run and get yourself to industrial gates. If you don't have industrial gates and you have the grotto, for example, you need about 16 minutes. So you might have to run short just so you make sure that you get that loot out. So once you've made your way to building 3, there have been some changes to these buildings. There are rooms now that you can get in on both the left and right side of these buildings, and a lot of players don't know that these doors now open, meaning that I have seen half looted Lighthouse runs, and then you get an additional bit of loot in these rooms that people just have completely missed. So you need to go to the normal spawns as well. But in building 3, there's a couple of rooms on the right hand side. You have a PC, there are cabinets on the right hand side, there is a duffel and jacket in the second room, which is kind of the kitchen location. I found VPXs, military equipment, GPUs on the table, and GPUs in the PCs on the right hand side. On the left hand side of this building, there is a barracks where there is a jacket, a duffel bag, and things that can be put around on the bed. Above that, there is another secondary level. So on the right hand side, there's a crate in there that can spawn VPXs and other military equipment. And then around the back, there is also there's a filing cabinet, a PC, and a weapons box on the right hand side. On the left hand side, now there is a PC. Now, sometimes, and I'm talking maybe 1 in 20 runs, a rogue can be stood in that area. If you bump into any rogues anywhere, they will shoot you, okay? But they will not shoot you from the roofs. They will say they spot you, but they won't come down. The only time that they will come down is if PMCs aggro them or the player scavs do. So as long as you keep your wits about you and do not shoot, they will not come and bother you at all. Once you've got that PC, the last thing in building 3 is to get, there's a body in the middle toward 3/4 of the way down. Go and touch that body, can have just a complete array of stuff as well. Just a side note while we're on this as well, I'm not going to touch on the fact that there are other like toolboxes and stuff like that. That's a given. I'm talking about the high loot spawns that are in this game. So then moving on to building 2. So as you cross over, have a look onto the top of the roof just to make sure that there isn't any rogues up there that might look straight at you. If there's one on the gun, just use the semi on the right hand side. Just go around it and just make sure that you're completely safe. And then the first thing you want to do is go into the first room on the left. Now this has 2 huge wooden boxes and has a really high chance for a tank battery. I have had 4 and sold them all, and it's been really good. Obviously I kept 1, sorry, for my quest. And you will also get car batteries in here. You can get a mixed array of stuff. It has a really high chance of getting car batteries for whatever reason. On the opposite side to the room, there is another PC on the first room on the right, and then on the other room there is a weapons crate in there which you can get armor and other kind of things as well. Going above that, on the left hand side, there is 2 additional PCs. I have got a couple of GPUs out there as well, which is really, really nice. Then you're going to be going down to the far end, and on the left-hand side, there is now a room. On the left-hand side, the room has 2 weapons crates and a filing cabinet. This is where you're going to find your flash drives, all that kind of thing as well. Really, really nice in there. And then you come out of there, and that's your loot run done. So if you've got industrial gates, go back towards the semi-truck, go back up and get out. As you can see in this run, I got a tank battery and a car battery, and my little scav legs just couldn't quite do it. And a rogue started to shoot at what could have been another scav or a PMC. So I just dropped the tank, I dropped the car battery and get out of there. Guys, there is no other location like this with such a mixture of loot as well as that military stuff that you do need, and with the chances to get the cats, the lions and stuff from the duffels as well. It just simply makes sense to run this as your scavs. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.